Genuinely low. Nice. Oh my. Oh my.
Last player standing. Spike down. C.
This is the Pulsar Xlite CrazyLight, and I'll just say it straight up, this is my new main and it's here to stay. Let's start with the unboxing. I also want to mention that this mouse was sent to me by Pulsar, but as always, that doesn't affect any of my opinions. The packaging is clean and minimal, which I really appreciate. So inside the box you'll find a USB-C cable, the 8K receiver, some stickers, and most notably a set of UHMWPE dot skates. These should feel especially nice on glass or harder mouse pads. Getting into the specs, this mouse weighs 44 grams on my scale, which is right where I expect a full-size mice to be in 2025. That 40 to 50 gram range is becoming the standard for a lightweight mice that still maintains solid structural integrity. The weight distribution is also slightly rear biased, but it doesn't negatively impact the feel in use. And speaking of the structure, the build quality here is excellent. There's no rattling, no creaking, and no flex, even when squeezing the shell from different angles. It feels super solid, especially compared to some of Pulsar's earlier releases. Now let's talk shape. Easily one of the most important aspects of any mouse. The Xlite CrazyLight follows the same shape as the Xlite Mini V3 and V2, all inspired by the Zawa EC3. It's definitely on the smaller side for an ergonomic mouse, but with my 18x9cm hands, it just works. This is my favorite ergonomic claw grip shape right now. It even beats out my previous ergonomic main, the DeathRider V3 Hyperspeed. To give you some size context, comparing to the DeathRider V3 and the Evolution Terror, which is a G703 clone, the Xlite is the smallest, then the DeathRider V3, and finally the Terror as the largest. Between the Xlite and the DeathRider V3, the key difference is the length. The D83's longer body gives me more inner and lower palm contact, which slightly limits the fingertip mobility. In contrast, the Xlite gives me full freedom to use my arm, wrist and fingers, making it feel much more responsive and agile. I also included the Terra in this comparison, not because it's similar, but because it's the opposite. It's a large ergo mouse that suits palm grip much more than claw or fingertip. I just wanted to show how the Xlite compares in hand size for context. The bottom line is, if you claw grip, the Xlite shape is excellent. And even for fingertip users looking for an ergonomic shape, this could still be a great option. Moving on to the coating, this is another area where Pulsar has stepped things up. It has a matte, slightly chalky texture that provides a real secure grip, and honestly speaking, it's one of the better coatings I've used, and I don't think you'll need grip tape at all. The black version does pick up some fingerprints, but it's nowhere near as bad as some other black mice I've tried, and if that's something that bothers you, there's always the white version as an alternative. Now onto the skates, and I was actually surprised here. I'm usually not big on stock skates, but these are smooth and decently fast, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Pulsar also included the UHMWPE dot skates in the box. They perform well on glass or harder mouse pads and are quite durable. That said, I wouldn't recommend using them on cloth pads. They tend to sink in and can feel scratchy. Let's talk about the clicks. This mouse uses the Pulsar optical switches for the main buttons and they feel great. Tactile, responsive, and light enough to spam comfortably. The main clicks also have a touch of pre-travel, but almost no post-travel, which gives them a real clean feel. The side buttons are also nice, with just a bit of pre-travel on them too. As for the scroll wheel, it uses TTC code encoder with light defined steps, it's smooth and spammable, and personally I really like how it feels. Now for the battery life and performance. I've been using the mouse almost exclusively at 1K, with some brief testing at 4K and 8K, and since the day it arrived, I've only had to charge it once. A full charge easily lasts me over a week with regular use, which is impressive. Just to keep in mind, if you plan to use in 4K or 8K polling rates, you'll get noticeably less battery life. In terms of performance, I've had zero issues. If you're looking for latency charts and deep technical analysis, the channel isn't really focused on that, mainly because most mice in 2025 are well optimized already. But if we base on Pulsar's previous CrazyLight release, the X2, we can expect competitive latency and responsiveness here as well. The software is straightforward. It's not packed with features, but has everything you'd expect. DPI adjustment, debounce time, polling rate settings, all in a clean, easy to navigate interface. Nothing groundbreaking, but no complaints either. So with a price tag of $155.94, is it worth it? That's a premium price, putting up against heavy hitters like Razer, Logitech and Zowie. But for me, it absolutely is. Like I said at the start, it's my new main. The build, the feel, the performance, it all adds up to something that just works for me. I can't really point to any flaws here. The only thing that might be a deal breaker for some is the size. It's on the small end for an ergo, and that won't suit everyone. Personally, it's replaced a few mice I've been maining lately, include the Hitscan Hyperlight and the OP-1 8K, and I honestly didn't expect an ergo to pull that off. Funny enough, I used to own the Xlite Mini V2, which shares this shape, and I didn't love it, but this version just feels more refined. The solid shell, the lighter weight, and the improved clicks really bring it together. In the end, whether it's worth it comes down to you, especially in a market full of solid, cheaper Chinese options. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.